Okay, on this reed, this is the other reed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to thin the tip to the thickness it needs to be when you go to clip it. And I'm going to leave it for you to clip. I do use a knife sometimes when I do this process, but sometimes I'll also take and use a razor blade to expedite it, to make it a little faster to get it done. You do have to be really careful though, because it is really easy to botch the reed and actually take too much off. When you're using a razor blade, you have to lay it almost virtually flat to the reed when you push it off. Like, you don't want to be like at an angle and catch it and pull it up. Otherwise you'll lose the entire tip. So I do like switching between a razor blade and working with it very slowly, and then also working with the knife. Sometimes the razor blade is a little bit easier to get these edges. The only thing is you have to be careful you don't pull off the entire ear before you're ready. The ear are those side pieces, right? Now on this reed, I kind of caught a little bit at the very end. So you can see on it, there's just a little bit of a chip at the very end. But again, don't worry about it. When you go to clip it open, it should be fine. But mainly the reason why I'm doing this is so you can see how thin the reed should be before you clip it. You want it to be pretty thin. I did remove a little bit of bark from the tracks in the back, as well as the heart, because the reed overall felt very thick. I'll take a little bit more now. But I'm just going to keep thinning the tip, and then you'll see it when you get it back. And then what you're going to do with this is you're going to clip it. You're going to actually, I would remove the ears, then clip the tip, and then you should be able to go and actually go toot, toot, toot on the reed, and it should play at the point that you clip it, because I'm going to make it very thin. When you're working on the tip, at the very, very end, you can go straight across. Like, you don't have to, you want to make sure you work in those triangles if you're working back further here and here. But at the very, very end, when you're working with the razor blade, just at the point where you know you're going to clip it open, you could use the razor blade pretty lightly, just to make it easier. Remember, when you're working, always embed the reed into your finger. With razor blade, same thing. If you do this to your finger, you're fine. If you do this, you're not fine. So keep that in mind. Okay. And that should about do it. So it's pretty thin if you can see it, and that's all there is to it. And I was obviously very precautious when I worked on this and used hand sanitizer after washing my hands. So you should be good to go. All right, let me know if you need anything.